The DS Lite was the first redesign of the Nintendo DS, and I just have to say, this system is a beaut. I have the pink model, which I wasn't too ecstatic about at first, but the color has really grown on me. Hardware-wise, it's no different than the original DS. You can play DS games, play multiplayer games with DS Download Play, chat in a local lobby with PictoChat, and play Game Boy Advance games, and oh man, the Game Boy Advance slot is the main reason I bought this system. From July 2019 to September 2020, I played all Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games on a SP AGS001. And while the screen was lit, it was only a front light. It worked well in most conditions and was great at night, but if I wanted to play near a window, I'd have to close the blinds or else I wouldn't be able to see a thing. I could definitely tolerate playing on the SP, and I actually prefer playing it in the dark, but being able to play Game Boy Advance games on a backlit screen without paying a huge amount of money or modding is amazing. Of course, it can only play Game Boy Advance games, but there are still workarounds with things like bootleg cartridges. Now, I've mainly been praising the Game Boy Advance support, but what about the DS games? Well, the DS has some absolute bangers. Scribblenauts had me so intrigued whenever I saw the commercials back then. The idea of being able to spawn almost anything was just so cool. The title screen was such a fun time killer. On long car rides, I'd spend so much time just screwing around on the title screen. Now 8 years later, I also realized that there are also so many fun levels with so many fun puzzles. Scribblenauts is amazing, and Nintendogs is also fun. It's a dog simulator where you can just vibe, and it also uses the microphone so you can tell your dog commands, and it works so well.
Sit. Sit. I mean, it is accurate.
Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars is an oddball game, but it makes clever use of the hardware. You use the touchscreen for many things like jacking cars, and it's a lot of fun. The story is alright, but graphically, it's downright impressive for the DS. People are all sprites, but buildings, cars, and other physical stuff is all 3D, and it runs incredibly smoothly. I bought this guy in 2018 for about $35, and it was a bit of an investment for a 13-year-old, but I played this guy a ton during free time at school. And Dragon Quest IX: Sentinels of the Starry Sky, which held the title as my favorite game for years. I'm not a huge RPG fan, I'm very stingy with how I want my RPGs, and Dragon Quest IX is how I want my RPGs. Overall, the DS Lite is an amazing system, and I think it's the best DS. Sure, the DSi is a bit more powerful and has cameras, flip note, and sound recorder, but phones these days have all that, and DSi's don't have Game Boy Advance slots. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the DS Lite. But before I go, I want to flex how good I am at Dig Dug.